to you and welcome. This is Social Reports on Osrc Television. I am Uyewumi Ayinibara. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says the welfare of retirees and residents of the state is non-negotiable. The governor, during the flag-off ceremony of the second batch of bulk payment of outstanding gratuities to local government 2012 retirees, expressed his delight at being able to bring relief to senior citizens who have served the state diligently and meritoriously. Aiyedatiwa reiterated his administration's dedication to the consistent and fair payment of pensions and gratuities, stressing that the welfare of retirees must not be politicized. He congratulated the beneficiaries and urged them to make judicious use of the money with a promise to make the payment periodical.
We have a sacred duty to ensure that pensioners are considered for payment of gratuity largely on verifiable criteria and indices that embrace equity, fairness, justice, and good conscience. It's therefore not out of place to admonish you to utilize your money judiciously while according your personal health and welfare topmost priority. Yes. Our administration will not rest on its laurels as we owe a sacred duty to maximize the happiness and welfare of the greatest numbers of our people. It is at the core of our agenda that no senior citizen who, after a meritorious service to our dear state, should go to bed hungry. Yeah. Let me quickly state that this type of bulk payment shall be a recurrent exercise within the limit of our available resources. However, it will not dislocate or replace the existing monthly releases to the local government pension transitional department for the payment of gratuity to our retirees.
Some of the beneficiaries who could not hide their joy thanked the governor for being sensitive to their plight and prayed for the success of his administration. The National Union of Teachers has disclosed that only 12 out of the country's 36 states employed teachers in state-owned primary and secondary schools in 2023. Analysis of the data prepared by the union revealed that 20,092 teachers were employed during the period. The data listed the states that recruited teachers in 2023 as Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Borno, Delta, and Cross River. Others are Ekiti, Kano, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, and Ogun. The national president of the NUT, Titus Amba, had earlier expressed concerns about the shortage of teachers, adding that many governors ignored the advice of the union that retired teachers should be replaced with new ones. The Ondo State government is well on the way with the process of recruiting teachers in its schools. In the meantime, members of Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, have staged nationwide protests across various campuses of public universities in the country to place demand for the immediate release of their withheld salaries. At the Federal University of Technology, Akure, displaced workers armed with various placards gathered at the university premises to press home their demands. Chairman, Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, Felix Adumbi, called on the government to hasten action in the implementation of their demands to avoid a total breakdown of activities.
He evoked the presidential prerogative of mercy to say that he has pardoned all the striking workers in the 2022 strike, and that the withheld salaries should be paid to cover about 4 months, and he gave that approval, and we were happy for it. But to our surprise, we discovered that January this year, only a section of the university was paid. That is, the teaching staff were paid, and they left the non-teaching staff unattended to. We have written a series of letters to call the attention of government to this grave omission on their part, and we even gave an ultimatum as at last week. That ultimatum lapsed July 4 last week on Thursday, that government should do the needful. But they kept on promising, and we said enough is enough. We can no longer tolerate, we can no longer guarantee industrial peace in Nigerian universities if the government fails to do the needful. So this is the first stage of the series of action that our union has lined up to press home our demands. As we are here, all other campuses across Nigerian universities, they are also making this kind of protest.
The protest follows the expiration of a 2-week ultimatum handed by the two bodies to the federal government in June. Ondo State government has announced its plan to begin the rollout of 10,000 new electricity meters in July. Special advisor to the Governor of Energy, Johnson Alabi, who spoke with newsmen in Akure, said it is part of the strategy to improve energy efficiency. Osrc's Tosin Adibowale has more.
The introduction of new electricity meters, which will enhance electricity distribution and consumption monitoring across the state, has generated mixed reactions among consumers. While many are optimistic about the potential improvement in the electricity supply and billing transparency, others have raised concern about the cost implication. The special advisor to the governor on energy, Mr. Johnson Alabi, said the initiative underscores the state's commitment to improving the quality of life for its citizens through reliable and efficient energy solutions.
Our intention is to prepare the way forward for the state as it has to do with electricity sector. We are here to serve the people. Like I told some media this morning, that we are more or less intermediaries. So that at the end of the day, there will be balances. We have to meet at certain midpoint so that there won't be problem to the masses and there won't be problem to business activities of the electricity distributors.
Residents lauded the efforts of the state government in ensuring accurate billing for consumers. They also appealed to the government to review the cost of the meters.
The arrangement they are doing now, that they want to make meter available for everyone, is okay. But the only thing I'm saying there is that the price is fairly at the high side, the way I see it. Because when they say 110 for one single phase and 200,000 for 3 phases, so if the government can do something about it to help us bring it down.
The capacity of us differs. Some can afford 500,000 naira immediately, but as I speak to you, some cannot even afford 10,000 naira with the hardship internal. So I want a situation where the government can find a solution, most especially even to the civil servants, so that every one of them can be able to acquire this, by means of reducing the price. Then, if it is for them to pay instrumentally for a period of time, so that they can offset the bill.
Addressing the concern of the cost, Mr. Johnson Alabi assured the Ondo State government is exploring various options to make the meters more affordable.
In about a week or maximum 2 weeks from now, people would have been getting meters from us. We want to give benefits to those people who are able to pay outrightly first, and by the time we are bringing in some other tranches, then we can now look at a way to structure it.
As the state braces for the rollout, all eyes will be on the implementation process and the government's ability to address the financial concern of its citizens. Tosin Adibowale, Osrc News.
Less than a week to the scheduled local government election in Ondo State, the State Independent Electoral Commission has announced the postponement of the exercise across the 18 council areas. Chairman of the Commission, Dr. Joseph Aremo, declared at the Commission's headquarters in Akure the failure of all the political parties to submit the nominations of their candidates for the election informed the decision. Omoniola Ongeji reports that the declaration was done at a meeting among the Commission, the political parties and electoral officers in the state.
This week hitherto fixed for the local government election in Ondo State ought to have been witnessing signs of activities towards the success of the elections, but the reverse is the case as people of Ondo State woke up to its postponement.
Our major mandate is to conduct an election into the offices in the local government area.
This meeting, initiated by the State Chairman Electoral Commission, Dr. Joseph Aremo, was to intimate stakeholders on the Commission's stand as regards the local government elections earlier scheduled for July 13.
We find out that what we have is not compliance with the rules and regulations. Therefore, the Commission, having reviewed this, decided to come out with this position that the election is hereby postponed. And it's not rescheduled, postponed definitely.
According to him, the postponement became necessary following the failure of political parties to submit their nomination forms and engage in the electoral processes.
We invited the leadership of IPA to meeting to charge them adequately that the day fees for the poll is very much sacrosanct. And we also told them at the Commission that we were not going back. But quite unfortunate, as I speak, there's no single party that have complied. For us, no nomination, no valid nomination of candidates.
Reacting, Chairman Inter-Party Advisory Commission, IPAC, Olaoluwa Adesanya, who spoke on behalf of all political parties in the state, confirmed that the parties deliberately boycotted the process.
After our last meeting here, we went to our office and decided among us that no political party should submit any nomination form. Yes, we agreed among ourselves. We know you have the zeal to conduct free, fair, and credible elections. And we are going to support you when the time comes, but not now. We have agreed that the election can never be held or take place until we confirm some facts from Mr. Governor.
The Commission announced to review its activities and communicate a new date in due course. Omoniola Ongeji, Osrc News.
As Nigeria moves on after the celebration of its 25 years of unbroken democracy, conversation around the success or failure of civil rule in the country remains a subject of national discourse. In this report, Osrc's Saeed Arabisala samples opinions of Nigerians and what needs to be done to strengthen democracy in the nation.
Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999 sparked up expectations, dreams, and vision from countrymen. Unlike some of its other West African counterparts with somewhat of an unending episode of coup, Nigeria recently pressed the tape, coasting beyond 25 years of unbroken democracy. During this period, 5 individuals, including the incumbent president, have taken charge of the nation's affairs. The gains or otherwise of these years of civil rule has been put up for debate among Nigerians, including political office holders and activists, with one of such instances involving FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and former Senator Shehu Sani. The journey, according to some Nigerians, has not been without its challenges, leaving critics to argue that the promises of democracy have not fully materialized for all Nigerians. with issues such as corruption, insecurity, and economic inequality remaining on the table. Call for more effective governance and accountability is rife from some Nigerians.
Whatever is the achievement of democracy in the 25 years, whatever is the minus, whatever is the strain, there's need to discuss it so that everybody will know what, where, and how. Is expectation not being met? I don't believe democracy has failed. Is expectation not being met? You see, let me.
Complete failure to me, because democracy is about government of the people, for the people. I mean, government of the people, for the people. That is how it should supposed to be. Government of the people, made by the people and for the people. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. It has been personalized to some set of people, especially those who have been in the government in the last 25 years. They are still the one in government up to this present day. The youths are nowhere to be found. As a matter of fact, the likes of Zik, the likes of Leta Awolowo, the likes of Pa Anthony Enauro were in active government at their early stage.
Inclusion of citizens in governance from 1999 to date and overall deliverables from the three arms of government has also elicited comments from Nigerians. Since 1999, 157 women have been elected into the 469-member National Assembly, with 38 senators and 119 members of the House of Representatives, compared to 2,657 men elected into the red and green chambers.
A great success. I think I attribute that success to Obasanjo. I'm not Obasanjo's fan, but for that singular district, he did it perfectly. That he worked very well. He worked very well on it. That even military, they don't have interest again. So it's a very great. It's very, very successful.
Some Nigerians harped on the need to improve on the gains. Others believe certain changes to the governance structure is needed. While Nigeria's uninterrupted democracy and the assessment of its success or failure remains a national discourse, there is a collective call to address persistent challenges and strive for a more inclusive governance and prosperous nation. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
As part of activities lined up for the 2024 Isikon Day celebration, the Rallypo of Isikon Oba Oluwagbemiga Ojo has paid a visit on Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation. The Isikon monarch, who led the Rallypo in council to the headquarters of the state-owned broadcast outfit, appreciated the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation for being a reliable source for accurate information and for promoting indigenous culture. Oba Oluwagbemiga Ojo was received by the chairman Osrc, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, and management staff of the corporation.
It's a privilege to be standing here today to come and say a wonderful big thank you to the management of Osrc and to commend them for the work they are doing, not only for Isikon but for the whole state as a whole. Information is power, and if you don't give correct information, people might be misled. But this organization has been doing their best in doing what is right by giving correct information to the people. We came to commend them and to intimidate them about their plans for the forthcoming Isikon Day that will be coming up on the 20th day, majorly, but the event has started yesterday, the 8th day of July 2024. It will last for like 10 days as a whole. When I was very young, in the 80s, there's a program called Ogbonri Mama Neo, that you will be asked 3 questions, and if you pass through, you will dip your hand into a basket to pick a prize. In those days, I used to come every Saturdays for recording, and you'll be here throughout the state. Even showing you on TV in those days for young guys, it's a good thing. And I remember very well that one day I was able to pass the 3 questions and I won a good prize that I took home, and my mom especially was very happy because it was a set of cutleries. I won't forget this cutleries. That's in my house today.
Speaking there is the Ralipo of Isikon, Oba Oluwagbimiga Ojo. The Association of Nigerian Broadcasters has commended the management of Osrc over its effort to transform the state-owned stations. The Ondo State chapter of the association, during a courtesy call to the state's-owned media stations, sought the collaboration of the management in upholding professionalism in the media industry. Osrc's Said Aribisala reports that the chairman, Osrc, Mr. Kuli Adebayo, assured the group of the station's readiness to support initiative that will strengthen media practice.
Members of the Association of Nigerian Broadcasters and Board are on a courtesy visit to Ondo State Redivision Corporation in Akure, led by the state chairman of the association, Mr. Oye Oyedotun. The body premised its visit on seeking collaboration with the state broadcast outfit on upholding professionalism in the media industry. Mr. Oyedotun noted that the association was formed with a mandate to stamp out quackery from the broadcast industry, commended OSRC management for efforts geared towards sustaining standard media practice.
OSRC have been a rallying point for a very long time. It has been a pace setter. It produced many of us. And I will say without mincing words that OSRC is a leader of leaders among the media houses in Ondo State. Not only in Ondo State, in Nigeria as a whole.
The National General Secretary of the Association, Shola Bayishemore, said AMBOD will extend frontiers of media in Nigeria with OSRC as the key to the actualization.
Our plan is to extend the frontiers of broadcasting. And don't let the chairman say, it consists of broadcasters all over Nigeria. That we should not just cut the gap, cut it off. Because the future is just staring at us. A lot of people are still going to be coming up in this field. And we believe that we need to come up with a body that will take care of the aspects of extending the frontiers and training and retraining of members.
Chairman OSRC Kunle Adebayo assured of the station's readiness to collaborate the association, particularly in fulfilling the media's mandate to the people.
The broadcaster must pass information, must educate, must teach, must enlighten. There's no difference between a broadcaster and a madman on the street if what the broadcaster is just doing is talking. But there is a whole lot of gains if if you meet people, you listen to programs, and you can pick one or two things. We're going to make our news platforms available to support this noble. Rest assured at your beck and call, we will support you. If we don't support you, we lose. If we don't support you, our major responsibility to communicate to people who lose out. It's not easy to get people like this come together with all those lofty goals. If you lose them because of pride or whatever, you lose your mandate. So we have to work together. And we work,
Mr. Adebayo also gifted the visitors a copy of the Nigeria Broadcasting Commission's Code. Established last year, ANBOD comprises freelancers, practitioners at government and private-owned media stations, social media presenters, and content creators. Sahid Aribisala, OSRC News.
The Onirogbo Hybrid Mini-Grid will be inaugurated tomorrow in Onirogbo Odigbo local government of Ondo State. Acting Management Director of Rural Electricity Agency, Alhaji Abba Aliyu, commissioned the project with Special Advisor to Ondo State Governor on Energy, Johnson Alabi, as well as Ekiti State's Commissioner for Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Professor Bolaji Aluko, in attendance. The 80-kilowatt power solar PV grid designed by EEE with 100% equity fund was completed in May this year and will see the community and adjoining villages enjoy electricity supply. And that's the news this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching. Do join us at 6 for next updates. Good afternoon.